The man don't clear throat. We're live.
We starting with how's your week? Or we gonna pretend like
Nah, we're good. We're live already, by the way.
Oh,
Yo.
welcome to another episode of Stuck in the Middle.
It's a Friday.
Mm-hmm.
We're recording on a Friday.
Yes.
That's how you know this guest today is
Special.
You know?
He's very humble with it, but he's special, ladies and
Yes,
gentlemen.
yeah. We normally don't do this, but today, we just had to make an exception. Psych, now just playing with y'all. We can record any day of the week, man. It all depends on our guest,
And their schedule.
and the schedule, pretty much.
Yeah, I know y'all wondering who's this guest. Well,
Yeah,
I'm about to
man.
introduce to you this guest.
Hey, do us the honors, my dude.
Oh my God, this guy's phenomenal. He's young. He's showing the next generation how to do it, how to get it done. And I'm sure he got the burning passion in him, to carry out what I've read so far about him. And, we wish he continues with that. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Langmia, Fonjoe to the pod.
To the pod.
Thank you.
You're stuck in the middle, man. Welcome to the pod.
Appreciate it, man.
How was you coming in from New York?
From New York
What you doing
City.
in DC, man?
I'm here for a graduation party.
You used to live here?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Long time ago, like maybe 4 or 5 years ago. Well,
Oh,
I went to school in New York, so ever since I went there, I never came back.
Talking
But I
about
come down
college?
for parties.
Talking about college?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I come down for
Say
parties.
he come down for
You
party.
come down for parties? All the parties is in New York, man.
No. But for the African, like the Cambodian parties.
No.
Yeah.
Correct. When you want to get that true, like, you back home, this is where it's at, you know what I mean?
And there's fish. Running fish.
It's crazy though, because he walked in, right? And he's eating candy. And like my mom's just like, you don't like my food? And this man's like, I will get to that one. This man loves candy.
Seem like a candy fanatic, man. He got a whole bunch of them.
Man, the funny thing was when I walked in, right? You know how the bag of what are those?
There's a Sour Patch.
Yeah, Sour Patches, right? They come in different colors. Like he literally color coded it. Let's say you have orange, yellow, and green
Make a
together.
you can't just eat two at the same thing at the same time.
See, those are habit right there. He's a man of perfection.
Oh man!
But welcome, man. Welcome
Appreciate it.
on the pod, man. So let's get it started, man.
You from Bali?
Bali,
A Bali brother. You guys just had a convention, Were
in
you there?
Atlanta. I was there.
How was that?
Amazing. It's always fun. Like Bali people, I always give them a lot of credit. They're so prideful, but when it comes to their convention, they make sure like that pride is put to good use. It's not like you just sit somewhere and you're trying to argue about how your village is better than somebody else's. But like they really show out. They show us young people like what it really means to be Bali, to be proud. It's great. I just like it. I always love Bali convention. I love Bali people.
Have you attended any other convention? Like any other tribal convention? No,
No other tribal convention.
Because I was about to.
I went
ask
to
you.
I went to a Mankan convention once, but that was because the Bali people were coming to dance there.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
This guy's so entrenched in Bali. That means your wife will be a Bali
Bali
woman.
girl.
Yeah.
Correct, man.
But
It doesn't matter where she's from, as long as she gets married with me, she's Bali. So it's just like
Definitely.
I like that answer. I like that
This
answer.
boy is a two boy.
I like that answer. And you
clap for that.
heavily involved with like Sir Hans just said, you heavily involved with Bali. Like I want to saying like tell the people who you are and like what you do right now currently in Bali.
I go there. I like to go to Bali. My name is Langmia. I'm from my katia in Bali is called Katanchi. So like I'm in love with that place. Like that's the number one vacation spot in the world for me, and I just enjoy going there. And then I try to go to Cameroon every year. My dad, a lot of family back there all the time. So it's just a lot of fun. And then I just recently got involved with some like non-profit stuff back home, so it's just like that really keeps me interested to keep going back there.
I mean, you say involved. You created a nonprofit.
Yeah.
tell the people what your nonprofit organization entails.
So basically, in 2011, my brother, his name is Babila. he actually, I wasn't even really involved. He was doing his high school senior was it high school? It was a high school senior project. And, you know, they make you go all in out to do something like really charitable something. So then he was like, he's going to do something in Bali. So like one day he just sat and he was like, he's going to go give money to this one school and, you know, just do that. And he was like putting my name on all this stuff. So I was just sitting at home one day, and he just came and he was just like, okay, you should sign here, you should sign here, you should sign here. And I'm like, sign what? He's just like, oh, we have a foundation and we're going to go give scholarships back home. And he was like, I need you. And I'm like, I don't even know what we're doing, why we're doing it. He was like, it's for school credit, I was like, all right, let me help you. So I did that. And then ever since then, it actually became serious. Like when we went to Bali the first time, when we saw the kids, we were giving the money, like I would just fell in love with it from there. And it's crazy, like sometimes I feel as if now like I'm the one who started it, but it was really him. It was my brother. So I'm forever blessed like to have him involve me in that and like give me an opportunity to really exercise like some skills that I never thought I ever had.
Right.
So,
Oh, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, Bali is a village in the northwestern part of Cameroon, Africa.
Sir.
Just had to, clarify that.
Because our audience is diverse, So you got audience.
Like, what is Bali?
I got some history about it, but that's some talk for another day.
You don't want to open that kind of.
So when was the last time you've been home?
Just last year. I try to go every single year.
Oh, okay.
To the project.
So what did you guys do this last time when you went there?
The last time we went there, I just it was a research project. So I went there to just go collect data for a project that I was doing called the Baltimore Scholars Program. Mm-hmm. And essentially what that is a project set up to break the dropout rate that we have in Bali. Like we have a huge dropout rate in high schools and in secondary schools is about like 70%. So I'm really trying to do something to alleviate, like not only like alleviate the village of that problem, but just like actually try to eradicate it altogether. So that's why like I take the organization so seriously, because it's just like it's not even just like a charitable organization anymore. It's like we're actually trying to create systemic change in Bali. Like I'm actually trying to change some fundamental things that are just wrong back there.
So when you're home, right, could you please take us through like a process of like your daily activities, who you meet with, how you the strategy pretty much.
Yeah, so my my brother and I, like, to be very honest with me, I always just like to go out and party and, hang out with people and then you sleep in. But my brother is the person who keeps me in check. Like, we got to wake up. We have to wake up at 6 a.m. We have to go here. We have to go there. So, like, usually when we wake up 6 a.m., we go to, we don't have really good internet in Bali, unfortunately. So, we have to go to Bamenda and we have to go to, what's that hotel? Azam. We have to go sit there and we have to go plan out our day. We have to go find out what it is that we're doing. So usually what that entails is like we're going to go meet with students. And when we're meeting with the students, a lot of the times is like we're trying to figure out, okay, what is it that you need? I'm talking about my students that we sponsor.
Right.
It's like what it is that you need as far as to it, like just anything, so we can better fine tune our program towards them. So we do that. Then we meet with teachers, also figuring out what it is, like some of the problems that the students are having with, like why, like in Bali, a lot of students are afraid of mathematics. They're afraid of it like it's some sort of plague or something. So we always try to figure out. We had a meeting with the math teachers one time, trying to figure out what the problem is, and then so we do things like that. So it's just like we just try our best every time we go to develop our program.
And could you talk a little bit about this problem with math?
To be very honest, I don't really know what the problem is. Every student, like most students that I've come across, because we collect data. We collect data like across like all these schools in Bali. Like we've literally been to all the secondary schools, all the secondary schools, all the high schools in Bali. And you just see like students, when it comes to math, that's just like the subject, like everybody across the board is just, they're failing it.
In my opinion, right? Yeah. And you could attest to this. For me, it's like, I love math. Yeah. Math is like my favorite subject. Mm-hmm. And to tell you the truth, when I was back home, I didn't understand nothing in math. Mm-hmm. Like I was struggling with it. Mm-hmm. Now the difference between Africa and the United States is, in the States, you pick a topic. So pretty much if you're in 9th grade, you're studying geometry, for example. Mm-hmm. you go to the 10th grade, you're doing algebra, right? Back home, guess what? Every single thing in a textbook is being taught to you. So you're studying geometry, you're studying algebra, you're studying stats, everything in one.
Yeah.
Of course, it's going to be difficult. You know what I mean? So I think they need to switch up that curriculum a little bit.
Break it down.
Yeah, break it down, make it easier on the kids. That way.
Is that something your organization can advocate for? Like
In Bali.
influence. No, that's dope. That's
in
dope.
Bali, yeah,
Definitely,
definitely.
yeah.
Because like we're trying to very much to have our foot in almost every single school. Not like we're here telling these people what to do, but it's just like we're just like, hey, based off of research that we've collected, this is stuff that maybe would it would better suit the students so they're performing better in the math classes. But to them, the teachers, what they think from last time when we went, they were saying is that the students don't have practice workbooks. Like math is not one of those subjects where you can sit in the textbook and really read it. Like they actually need to practice it.
Right, yeah.
So it was saying that like we need to get them like, workbooks like they sort of have here when you go to school here. So it's just like stuff that you can actually sit and go home and say, okay, they ask you a word problem about like 2 + 2, and then you can sort of visualize it and think in your head that, okay, they want me to add these 2 chickens to these 2 chickens to get 4. So
You guys, the organization, looking to partner with other organizations, because we talk about like having workbooks. I think of like another person that we've had on the podcast, Fatima Mba. Shout out to Fatima in Jump Africa, who the sole purpose of the organization is to ship books to Africa. Started off in Cameroon, and it's like African white now. So you guys accepting, something like
yeah, definitely. Like always looking to partner. I'm always willing to share information. Like everything that I'm trying to do, that my brother and I are trying to do is all shared. It's not like we want to sit there and we want to develop some sort of repertoire for ourselves that, we're the biggest, we're the baddest. It's like, no, everything we're doing is to share, because our entire mission, at first, like I said, was to do the high school project. But, right now our mission is like we're actually trying to eradicate some problems in Bali. So anytime anybody comes with anything that can help us and we feel as if we can help them as well, then it's something we're down to do it.
Definitely, man. Definitely. So, how old is this organization?
We started in 2012. So
Wow.
I think we're
Congratulations on
yeah,
that, man.
5
Yeah.
years. Yeah.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
started when we were 17 years old. It was crazy.
That's a high school. That's a school project.
It was a school project. Yep.
And y'all made it like live to today.
Yeah, it was. That's the thing. Like at first, to be very honest, I didn't think that. I said like, okay, after the first year, after we've done enough to complete our own school project, like I thought we were gonna be done with it. But then it just kept going. Like you just get truly inspired when you go home, and like we don't actually just go home. Like most of the time when we're home, we're with these kids. So it's like you don't see us at the weddings and all of that. We go to the club at night, but you don't see us at like during the day. We're at this auntie's house, we're at that uncle's place. Like we're actually with these kids all the time, 24/7.
So you guys sponsor all grade levels?
No. It's just secondary school into high school.
Okay, so from that point where y'all started, how many students have you guys sponsored?
So great. So I'm glad you asked that question, because just recently, I was just talking about the program that we just started called the Balamo Scholars Program. We just started that, which is like the first attempt at eradicating this whole 70% dropout rate in Bali. So
70.
yeah, it's probably that way across the whole country. Maybe, I don't know, but it depends on what it is. The situations there, I don't really know, but I know specifically in Bali with the high schools, like from secondary school into high school, the transition is horrible. So right now, the students that we have a group of 28 of them, which I took from Form 4, and then they finished through Form 5, and then unfortunately a couple of them did not pass the O levels, so then I ended with 23. But that just went to show me that my selection criteria that I had at the beginning was good, because if the selection criteria wasn't good, then a lot of the kids would have not moved on to high school.
Right.
So basically right now I could only really give you true data on my own, these 23 or 24 students. But in the past, from 2011, we've given like tuition assistance and school supplies to like over 600 kids.
Oh wow.
In Bali, yeah.
And how did you raise this fund?
Okay, so when we were in high school, like we used to literally wait outside the cafeteria lines for people to buy their lunch, and then we used to stand out there with little buckets and be like, okay, people should put their loose change there, and people were doing that. Then we used to go to the Bali convention. We go and fundraise there. We terrorize every auntie and uncle that we know.
Right.
This guy's a hustler.
And then, you know, we just you come up with enough money. So it's just like you come up with enough money, and then we were really bad with it at first. Like I said, we didn't really think through what we were doing. We were at first just giving the money like, okay, we're going to create these awards. We're going to create these awards, and then we're going to give it to the best science students. Then we're going to give it to the best English students. Then we're going to give it to the best French students. But it was like we were not thinking of anything that we were truly doing. We were just sort of just giving. And then that's when I got to New York, both my brother and I decided that we were going to major and minor in social justice. And then there was this program at school that really sort of told us that, like, okay, what you guys are doing back home is like nothing. You guys are basically just throwing money away. What you guys could be doing is something more systemic as opposed to just charitable. Like, you're just giving, like you can actually be fixing something. So then the school actually started giving us money to go back home. So that was the best part about it. Like, so we were all throughout college, our school was sponsoring us to go back home every December.
Wow, and that school is St. John's, right?
St. John's University.
That's great, because that's leading on to my next question. Like, you do follow up with the students, right? After they finish.
Oh yeah, now we do.
So
now we do.
Do they move on to the university?
Well, we only started this program, I told you, just last year. So they'll finish Form 5, and they just got into high school this year.
Okay.
Then you know what happened in Cameroon with the strike. So it's just like they didn't have school this year. So, but I tried. We'll get into that one later. I have to think of whether I'm comfortable of saying that here. But we did some stuff while the strike was going on, you know, so that the kids wouldn't just lose all sorts of sense of school, and you know. So yeah, we're trying. So I'm praying that school start in September. So the kids, I'm not sure what's going to happen, if they're going to have to do what they were supposed to have been doing last year, or they're just going to put them into like the next thing.
I mean, it'll be difficult to put them into the next thing because, I mean, it'll be hard to, you know, grasp the concept and all whatnot if they didn't learn, you know, what they were supposed to learn previously.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. But I don't know if this, I don't know if this topic is something you want to touch on, but. I
mean, I'll say it. Okay. I don't mind.
Well, consider the fact that, you know, our country was going through, you know, that little phase. You know, I don't know if they're still going through with it right now, but it was pretty uncomfortable for most people. You know, kids had to stay out of school. You know, people had to boycott the streets too. You know, because it was getting really dangerous outside. What steps were you taking to, you know, accommodate these kids?
So I was really frustrated when I learned about the whole strike thing. And at first I wasn't taking it seriously because I usually have this notion in my mind that Cameroonians, we're not really serious when it comes to this whole, we're trying to affect political change. Like, I feel like, you know, they open the brasserie trucks and then everybody's happy and then they're drinking the next day and then we forget about our problems. But this time I was really surprised that people were actually really taking this thing seriously. But I was mad that it was affecting the students and the young people. So I was really dumbfounded, and like from October, November, December, I was really thinking of what it is that we could do, because we have sponsors here that sponsor our project now, and they've given the money already. I'm talking about like St. John's University. I'm talking about some insurance agencies in New York that have already given the money, and it's like, how am I supposed to now go explain to them that, oh, well, they're not having school this year, so and knowing the system that we have back home, I don't think these people are going to refund us our money that we give to them because they're not learning anything. So it's just like the project might be on standstill. So then I just got real creative, and then my brother and I decided that we were going to do this computer learning program. So we were going to partner with the cyber cafe in Bali, and we're going to get these kids into the cyber cafe so they could still technically, quote unquote, be going to school. However, they're not learning, like, you know, all the subjects. They're just going to be doing computer stuff. So the first month, we started in January. We did Microsoft Word. They learned how to type all at night. Then they typed letters and stuff. These are things that they wouldn't even be able to do in school, like, because they don't even have the computers. So it's just like they did that the first month. And the second month we did Microsoft Excel. We're showing them just like, you know, how to calculate, add things up, you know, just some basic Excel functions and stuff that could help them with jobs that hopefully we can help them find as well. And then the third month we were doing PowerPoint. Well, the last 2 months we were doing like PowerPoint and visuals. So we were like trying to get them to do like graphic design. But by that time, they had cut the internet off. So then that became a problem. So then now I had to get this guy, the guy at the cyber cafe. I would send him stuff. We would talk on the phone. Then he knew some dude who had who was using his mobile hotspot on his phone in Bamenda. So then this guy was using his mobile hotspot on his phone, and he had a cyber cafe. So literally there were so many people going to this one guy in Bamenda. So I would send this guy that I knew in Bali at the cyber cafe all the way to Bamenda to go and meet this guy so he can go and get an email of stuff that I've already sort of made for him so that he can download it onto a flash drive and then go take it back to Bali and then go teach it for like the week.
Wow, so you come up with the lesson plan.
Yeah, just for that graphic design thing, because
okay.
that's something that I sort of kind of do now.
I was just gonna ask you, like, what is your background college wise, or what did you study?
I study risk management. So the program that I have right now is not actually risk management. It's like insurance and stuff. So like what the program that we have is an insurance program, because I'm trying to teach like financial responsibility also to these students and to their parents as well. So it's like we don't just give them money. It's not like, oh, this year you get the money. It's like, no, you have to pay 25% of the tuition before you get the remaining 75. So I'm already assuming that they're going to default, and then I'm going to have to pay like a quote unquote claim, and then that's the remaining 75% of the tuition.
You're really making good use of your education. And that's really dope.
And then it's just like we give uniforms, books, everything else to supplement the education.
Ladies and gentlemen, I told you this boy was phenomenal.
Man,
I feel like it's pretty important that you actually making them do something vocational in terms of they're not just pretty much taking theory. You know what I mean? They're actually doing something that would take them a long way. Because for me back home, our curriculum needs to change in a way that kids could actually be hands-on with things. So I'm talking about technology. I'm talking about technology wise. You know what I mean? Like they have to be able to do things on the computer, which they would use in the future. Because every single day you go in, you study X plus Y equals Z. Where are you going to use that? You feel me? You can't
Unless
use
you're
that at
going
all.
to be a teacher.
Exactly. And there's a lot of teachers already. There's a lot of teachers already. You need people to work in government offices and all whatnot. And the best way to do that is to open more vocational schools. Get students to learn Microsoft, database and all whatnot.
Yeah, and that's the way the world is leading into. I mean, we don't want the young ones back home to be backwards.
Definitely. And then you see, I'm glad you segued there. So like in BCA USA, the organization that hosts the Bali Convention every year. Yeah. I'm serving right now as the projects committee. I'm the person behind the projects committee chairperson. So like I'm behind them, just sort of like following what it is that they're doing. It's more like almost like a secretary position, but I do see some decisions that are being made. Yeah. So like we have this project in Bali actually called the Fishnet Project that BCA operates, and it's basically for those students who are not going to, school they're not quote unquote academically inclined, or maybe it's just for students who rather prefer that they need a business venture to do after school. So it's just like we're sending kids to go learn how to sew, we're sending kids to go learn how to be tradesmiths, to be carpenters, to be mechanics, to go and do those things. And then afterwards someone in the organization will pick that person up and then start their give them their startup money to start up their business. So that's one project that we're doing in Bali, but that's with BCA. That's not with Rock Foundation.
So at any point in time, do you see yourself branching out of Bali and actually implementing this in other parts of Bamenda?
Hopefully, maybe one day. But I love Bali.
This man is stuck in Bali. This man is Bali forever.
Yeah, no, it's true because it's one thing my dad always tells me. My dad always says this to me: Langmia, you come here all the time, and you have never been to Cameroon. You have only been to Bali. You think that this whole country is Bali. Every year you come, you go to Bali. And now don't get me wrong, I've been to Yaoundé like 3 times. But every time I went there, I got sick. So that's just the vibe. I just knew that, okay. Right for me.
Is your dad here or he's in Bali?
He's between the two.
Oh, okay,
yeah. But he's like, because he's in the shipping business. So he's like always shipping stuff. And then he goes and catches it on the other side. And he comes back here. So.
That's some hard business right there. Especially with Cameroon. But yeah, that's another story for another day.
Yeah, so then basically... so I every time I go to Cameroon, it's like we make a pit stop in Douala. I don't even like to even stay in Douala. Like the night I come, it's just like I want to leave.
Yeah.
Like I want to. If I had my way, every time we'd go up that very night. But then my dad's like, okay, let's sleep. We'll go in the morning. I'd be like, okay.
Home is home.
Yeah.
Home is home. You cannot beat that.
Hopefully someday, man, you gonna invite us to come to Bali and see what's in Bali that you know.
Oh yeah, no. You see, I'm from the most beautiful part of Bali. It's called Kutanchi. Like that's like
Which one is that? Balingyanga or Bali?
That's in Balingyanga.
Okay.
That's the most beautiful part of Bali. I'm telling you. There are a lot of Bali people who will argue with that, but I'm telling you that anyone from Kutanchi knows that Kutanchi is the most beautiful part in Bali. So when you go there, you'll see why it is that I have to be there all the time. Yeah.
So how do people get involved, with this organization?
With mine, I mean, BCA is open. Anybody can go there.
So, like,
first of all, can you let the listeners know the name of the organization?
Oh, my organization, the one that my brother and I co-own is ROC Foundation. It's readiness, open-mindedness, and cooperativeness. But that was a by force thing that we forced in there because the real reason behind the name was because I'm a real big Jay-Z fan. My brother's a real big Kanye West fan.
Shout out.
So when we were coming up with the name, we were like, okay, we can't make this so obvious. Like, we need to come up with something.
I like the honesty.
I feel you, man.
We got to come up with, but that's the real reason why that organization is called ROC. So
readiness,
open-mindedness, and cooperative. Those are the attributes that every student needs to succeed and fulfill their dreams.
Yeah, so
I'm looking at the website right now. Yeah.
You got to be ready. You got to be
open-minded.
And you got to be able to cooperate.
OneRocFoundation.com.
Yeah.
It's a. Did you guys create this website yourself?
What they call it, Wix.
Wix.
Man, this looks dope.
Pretty straightforward.
Yeah, man. It's just drag and drop. Add some sex to it.
Anyway, like in that stuff, like I always take pride in because it's like, I do like some minuscule like graphic design stuff like. And so when we were doing the website, I'm always like trying to be like really hands on with it, make sure that it comes out right.
Yeah, definitely.
It's just like, I don't know. For some reason, I find that thing really fun. I don't know why, but
graphic designer, right?
Yeah,
like designing.
But I'm very amateur though. Or at least I consider myself amateur. I'm very, very amateur. So.
But I mean, practice makes perfect, to say.
There you go.
So
I practice every day. Every day. I have a fan page. I have a fan page on Instagram. I have the biggest fan page actually.
Let the listeners know.
In the Nigerian music space. It's called WizKid News. You go on Instagram.com/WizKid News. You check it out. It's there every day. My partner and I in the UK, we're posting all the stuff that you need to know about WizKid. We basically make the news about WizKid in the Nigerian media every single day. Like before you'll see anything about WizKid, say on Pulse, on Hip TV, it would have been on WizKid.
I was
News
wondering
first.
how he knew all this exclusive.
It would have been on WizKid News first. So
we
it's just
was gonna peel to that levels because there's so many layers to you. So yeah, let's just continue since you already brought it up. The WizKid thing, man. Like,
how'd you get involved with that?
You just was like, I'll create a fan page for WizKid, or is it something that you came?
No, yeah. So okay. So when I was in college, right? Why do I say it like that? I just finished in May. But
Congratulations, man. No, hey, that is the perfect. When I was in college, I don't care if you graduated yesterday. You out.
You already got it in your rev. Like.
I was so done with school, man. But anyway, so when it was this 2014, and we went to study abroad, and like you can study, you go to Europe, you go all over the place. So. When you go to study abroad, most kids will tell you, like, it's not really like you're going to school there. It's more so like a mini vacation. They send you to school. You're there like 3 days in the week, and then you're supposed to go travel and do all kinds of stuff. So while I was doing my own travels initially, I got into some little trouble out there. And they were actually about to send me back. And, I just really thought that they shouldn't send me back. And I told them, I said, I'll do whatever it is that you guys want me to do. Please, I beg, don't send me back home because that would be a difficult story to start explaining to my parents. So I got into some real stuff that, some real sticky stuff that I shouldn't have gone into. But, that's college, right? When you're an undergrad in college,
definitely.
You do a lot of stupid stuff. So anyway, they put me like on probation. So imagine you're studying abroad. I was in Italy, and I literally couldn't leave the dormitory. Like I had to be there at 10 p.m. They had to have registered me that I was there. I had to clock in, sign in, and I can't leave. So I was in that dormitory all day long. And this was the beginning of the study abroad. The only place I had gone to was France, and that's why I got in some trouble. But so then when I got, it was like September 17th. So you can imagine like the entire semester all the way until December, I was literally sitting in this room, in my dorm room. So then WizKid's album came out. This was September 17th, 2014. And to be very honest, I wasn't the African music listener. Like, I mean, I went to African parties once in a while because my parents dragged me there. Maybe I go to Bali Convention and they're having the gala. I hear some of the stuff there. So the only people I knew was like P Square, WizKid, Davido, Iyanya, and I think that was it. I didn't know any. Maybe Tiwa Savage too. I knew it too. So it was just like WizKid dropped this album. I was like, damn, these African guys, they release projects. I was so I was like, okay. Man. And then I saw the track list. I'm like, man, this guy is like Tyga on here. This guy is Tyga. There was, who else was on there? It was Wale was on there. Mm-hmm. And I was looking, I'm like, this guy is somebody. So then I played the album, and like I fell in love with WizKid from that day. Like I played that thing and I was like, oh my God, I'm like, this guy's supposed to be huge. I'm like, this guy's supposed to be like the biggest pop star. This is supposed to be like, you know, Drake, Chris Brown level or whatever. So I went and I said that I'm going to make it my personal responsibility to blow this man up because I'm from Africa and he's from Africa and we're going to blow him up. And then, you know, when I started the fan page, I started realizing that, okay, there is like Nigerian media and he is already kind of big there, and then there's African social media. He's big there, so it's just like I was learning along the way, but then I just kept going at it with the page. Like I was literally, I had nothing to do. Like I was sitting in the dorm, so I would just stalk WizKid, and I learned that okay, he works with like Malik Berry, Legendary Beats, Dr. Frabs, all these people. So I just used to stalk their pages too. Find out what it is WizKid is doing, what he's recording, where he's going to, where's his next concert, what does he like to eat, what is it, and I'll post it all on WizKid News. And then before you know it, the page was like, man. This was the source for everything WizKid in the Nigerian music space.
Man.
Yeah.
And he's not just talking about he was creating a fan page. Like, it actually got him to meeting WizKid, right?
Yeah. I first met WizKid last year. In 2016, came to New York for the one African Music Fest. I met him. That was the first time I met him in person. But we had like met, and I was talking with his management like via DMs and stuff because like he was aware of the page. I think from even in 2015, and because like the page was popping back then. I think right now we have like 270,000 followers. So it was just like he was always seeing it, and like sometimes he would be like, "Oh, can you please delete this? Oh, can you please put this down?" Yeah. He knows like this stuff is going to go somewhere. So if he didn't like a picture or something, he'd be like, "Take this down." I'd be like, "Okay, got you." So it was just like stuff like that, and he would be like, "Thanks, G. You know, appreciate all the stuff that you're doing and all and that." And then so his management hooked me up. So shouts out to Jada, shouts out to Doomy. They hooked me up, and when he came to New York, we linked up and we hung out, went clubbing, went backstage party. Like, you know, it was a lot of fun. And then thinking like, I'm a fan, I'm gonna make WizKid blow up. That was my intention. I was just like, people have to know who WizKid is. I need to go back to New York and I have to be able to tell all my friends who WizKid is, play them a song, they should be like, yeah, I know that guy. So that was just my intention. But then, you know, it really blew up. It really, really blew up. So even after I left abroad, I kept at it. I was just doing it. And then I got a partner in the UK to help me with it as well because the page was becoming too much. Like I needed it to run like clockwork, like 24/7. Yeah. So when I'm sleeping, it's running. And then when he's sleeping, I'm running it. So it's just like,
it's kind of genius right there. You know, this guy's genius. And you actually went to where you know WizKid, like it's always like WizKid is always in the UK.
When he comes to New York,
he hang out. Like, you know, he hangs out in UK, New York, all that stuff.
He comes to New York, he hangs out. His management comes, like, and I work. I mean, Wiz, he's really cool, and it's just like because I told his manager. Jada's always like she and I we talk quite often. She's always asking like, what is it that you really want to do? Like, I don't understand how you're doing all of this and then you're in school like studying like risk management and all this stuff. And I was just like, it's just the passion. I like WizKid, you know,
Hey,
and then
man.
she just really she really vibe with that. So like that's why she likes to engage me in a lot of stuff that they're doing, like behind the scenes and things.
That's pretty dope, man. You like diverse, but go ahead.
So you gonna be back here for the Echo Stage performance?
Yeah. I plan on being here. Cause that's July 4th weekend, right? If I don't like go on like my own little vacation or something, but
So-
So G, you know what I mean? So you part of the team. You know what I mean?
What
You
inside
consider
scoop?
us as you can consider us as media. I'm not gonna shy away from asking you this, B, because I was at the One African Music Fest
in New York.
Yeah,
You were there?
yeah, I was there, and I came because I was driving there. I came like late, and it was like doing WizKid because he was the one closing it.
He shut that thing
Yo,
down.
that thing was massive, man. I was very impressed. I was very proud. I was like, yo, Africa's coming heavy.
Arrived. Yep.
You know what I mean? So Echo Stage, man.
It's gonna be a big deal, like
Yeah.
Wiz, because that's actually the start of his tour, because he's been on a break. Like he got sick towards the end of last year because he was touring too much. Like he had a whole African tour. He was like almost in every country. So he was just like he had to come back, and he came here, and the doctor said that he needs to slow down. He needs to stay off the road for like 6 months. So he's just been laying low. So DC is like the first show gonna blow. It's gonna be really big. He's performing new stuff.
What other inside scoop, you know what I'm saying? You Stuck in the Middle podcast real quick on Wiz. He just dropped a banger with Chris Brown. We were listening to it before we went live.
Yeah, man.
African Bad
African
girl.
Bad.
Yeah, African Bad girl. Yeah, I was listening to it. I listened to it back to back on my way to work this morning. Shout out to Chris Brown, man. Dope record.
Yeah, Wiz is, I mean, I don't think it's under the cover anymore. He's releasing his album, Sounds from the Other Side, on July 14th. And African Bad Girl was came with the pre-order. So if you pre-ordered the album, you got that track. And then, you know, with other tracks like Come Closer, that was the lead single. Daddy O is on there. So, you know, the album's going to be dope. Like,
You heard it? You got the
is
exclusive?
gonna be dope. Like all the songs, everything. Like
Man, we
like
got.
our WizKid is gonna be.
I have no doubts about that. You feel
WizKid
me? I have no doubts about his
WizKid is
album
gonna
being
blow.
fire.
Like he's gonna like when I tell you this man has worked with everybody, and like it's crazy because he has just been actually sitting on this music. A lot of this music that is stuff he recorded back in 2014, 2015 when he was out here. Like people don't realize how hard WizKid has worked to be where it is that he is, like where he is right now. Like this is all this stuff that you see happening with him, with Drake and Chris Brown and all this stuff. Like this is stuff that he has been working on
Years in the
since
making.
years in the making. It's not like he just came here and said, "Oh, I want to blow." Like he's been in the studio behind the scenes, sitting back here,
Grammy
in the studio,
level.
right, just thinking like, okay, how can I do things with these guys, make things with these guys? So like even this Chris Brown record, they made it 2014.
Wow.
Dang.
Man, let me ask you a question, right? Let me ask you a question. And this is not because, you know what I mean, like you don't answer because you're always around, you know, I mean, you do stuff with WizKid, you know, just speak straight from the heart, what you think. Because many people ask this question. The difference between, I mean, who is better? DeVito or WizKid?
Oh Lord!
And why?
Lord,
And why?
Lord. Wow. Okay. Well,
You can plead the fifth. You can just say next question.
you see, I'm the most biased person you can possibly ask that question to, so I don't
They
even
might
know.
just explain his whole
he
fandom
just
for
said that.
WizKid.
He said that I should separate it. I don't think it's possible.
You into the Afrobeat scene in Cameroon, Afrobeat music in Cameroon?
I just started.
Yeah.
After I
It just
realized,
started.
No, I just started getting into it. Like
It just started.
Oh really?
That was
I
a low blow.
I don't know. I'm not that knowledgeable because the thing was that like I realized that I was getting too much into the Nigerian. Not that it was too much, but like I just realized that like I knew too much Nigerian stuff. Like as I was doing that WizKid News thing, like I learned like all these Nigerian artists, all their songs. I was like in the mix, like just like. Because I would follow some of them too, and I'd be like, okay, I know this person about to drop this person about to drop this person about to drop that. So it was just like, I realized I said, I don't know many Cameroonian things. So I started now checking for the Cameroonian stuff. So I remember last year in like April, that's when I first discovered, like, I think the first Cameroonian artist that I truly, truly liked, and that was Loco.
Yeah. Shout out to Loco.
And I bought his album, what's it called again? this is it Schizo? Is it what?
He's an our local fan right here.
What's the name of the album? I love the album.
Skyzoo,
Skyzoo, and I love the album. Like he had like I think to be very honest, there were like some 5 solid tracks on there.
Yeah.
Were like easily like they can be like popular singles, and I think they did do that with the
Pure
album.
talent.
I think he's out
that
here.
album
Pure talent.
from start to finish, man, it's phenomenal.
Yeah.
Yo.
Pure
And
talent.
I was amazed with it, and I said like, yo, this guy is really talented. He's really talented, and I just
None of that auto tune stuff, man. It's just
it
pure
was just
talent.
Pure talent.
pure
yeah.
singing, and like he's singing. And then what I love most about Loco is that he's like the one Cameroonian artist that I know of really well, that he does a lot to make sure that his music is relatable to all parts of Cameroon.
Right.
There's
Yeah.
the English, there's the French pidgin, there's the English pidgin. He knows how to merge it all, and like it's all collective on his one songs, and it sounds nice.
And I feel like his music could cross over, you know what I mean, to European
Definitely
audience
easy.
or whatever.
Yeah. Easy.
So
And his music is really good. Like
And
I
also
always
he
loved it.
like he tries to feature with other artists and stuff. From what I've seen, you know what I mean, he's trying to get like all the. It seemed like he's trying to get everybody together. Like yo, we could do this. You know what I mean? Like together we could really do this.
so from him, is there anybody else like? Or do you pay attention?
I
to
pay
the
attention
industry?
to I pay attention to some.
Is there things that you see and be like, oh, I could show them how to do it better? Or
Okay. No, I don't know about me doing anything better, but like for instance, right?
in
let's-
terms of like propping up the
yeah,
image.
okay. For instance, right, like Stanley Eno. Stanley Eno is somebody that I'm not like a huge fan of his music, but like he's obviously one of like our biggest, if not the biggest, Cameroonian pop musician there is.
Shout out to Stanley and nobody.
Shout out to
think,
Stanley,
no,
man.
think about it. Like if you
Nah,
just
he popular. He's the most
popular,
Yeah,
like,
he's out there.
commercialized, like you got the Guinness
Yeah.
deals, all
Yeah,
that stuff.
yeah.
Like
It's- that's facts.
His team has done really, really well with him, and it's like his sound, like was very different than most Cameroonians. Like that Stanley Eno, like that stuff. Like people in America, that stuff people all over Africa would be like, he's catchy. Like okay, I listen to him. Although people can always say that he can do more on the rapping side and all that, but it's just like his sound is one of those like it's like in music nowadays, in my opinion, it's your sound. It's not really what you're saying. It's do you sound cool? Is the sound unique? And I always felt as if Stanley Eno always had that. So it was just like somehow, some way. Like I remember in 2014, he went to the MTV Mama Awards. He took like Francophone artist or something. He was making like all these waves, and he came here to Dallas, went to the Afrima Awards, did really well. And I was like, okay, like this guy, he's gaining some traction. Maybe he might be like our head guy. Maybe people will start knowing some Cameroonian music. And he did the songs with Sarko Day. He did the songs like he's done so. AKA,
Yeah, he
all
just
this
did the
stuff.
new one with Mr. Easy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it was just like I was just like, this guy, he can do it. So I'm still waiting to see like what's the next level Stanley Eno's going to get to, but I think like he can be our premier Cameroonian artist, and then I really want Loco to be that right there with him too.
Yeah.
So I was happy when I saw Loco I didn't see him, but he was at the Afrima Awards in Dallas last year too.
Okay.
You also, I mean, you're the manager of a dance group, right? Called
Yeah.
Trybe.
Oh yeah.
Trybe. That's
Talk to us about Trybe, man.
it's not a dance group, it's a dance collective.
Okay, dance
So
collective. Okay.
We're trying to
Can you explain that? 'Cause,
Okay, so Trybe is it was started by Ezekiel Didier. All right, everybody knows Afrobeats dance, right? It's big like in the UK.
Yeah.
It's not really big.
It's
here.
huge in the UK.
Yeah, it's huge.
Massive.
In the UK. Like
Yeah.
people do Afro beats like in the barbershop. They do Afro. There's this one barbershop in the UK. Like
Yeah.
people go and
Yeah.
perform there. Like while people getting their hair cut.
Yeah.
They're not watching like sports. They're watching like Afro beats dance live in front of them. So it's just like we don't have a lot of huge Afro beats dancers like you see in the UK. Like you'll see CEO dancers. You'll see Nokuible. You'll see Ezine and them. So it's just like here Trybe. What we're trying to do is that we're trying to create like the biggest Afrobeats dance scene right now. So luckily we've done so well so far. Like we have the biggest Afrobeats dance in New York, Izzy Odigie and Trybe. We have, you can check her out on Instagram, IZZ Odigiev.
Is it the Ghanaian girl?
No, she's Nigerian. Odigiev. Yeah. Then,
Hey man, I'm just gonna stop you right there and say, man, like I need some dancers, so a couple music videos, you know. What I'm
Yeah,
saying?
no, they're making moves. Like, and then another one.
Like this summer, I got like 3 songs. I'm trying to.
There's one here in there's one here in Maryland that we also is on Trybe. It's Chi Chi. You can follow her, beautiful Chi. Like she's like, and when I say these people are big, like I mean like these people have the biggest following in terms of Afrobeats dancers here in the United States. So it's just like along with them, we're trying to make Afrobeats dance like a big thing. And then also Trybe is not only that, we're planning to get into other forms of African art, just like, really being a platform for art, to bloom and to blow up and stuff. So
Gotcha.
yeah, I'm just the manager. I don't have any talent. So I'm just kind of back behind the stage. Like, I give them the water when they're done with the performance.
Hey, no, that's leading right there. That's good leading.
I iron their uniforms from time to time. I drive them to the performance.
That's dope. That's dope. Shout out to
I collect a little.
That's
percent
leading.
out
That's
of
leading.
Don't downplay it, bro.
That's leading. Shout out.
What's
to
the biggest crowd you guys performed at?
That's a good question.
And where?
That's a great question. You see,
There's been too many.
What's next? Yeah, what's next? What's next for you in terms of like balancing? What I'm saying, like WizKid fan page, Trybe dance, and
Rock Foundation.
Rock Foundation,
And work.
and yeah.
I'm just trying to. My ultimate goal in life is I just want to be rich. I just want to be wealthy. I want to have an Audi like my man's here. I want to have an Audi.
Sir has got the cleanest Audi in
I'm
the
doing
DMV.
whatever I can to build a network in which I can latch onto and take control, and then really make money off of it. That's what I'm trying to do.
Sir has got the cleanest Audi in the DMV.
Bro, just blow my whole spot out.
Hey, I'm laughing so hard because you don't understand how much this dude is trying to stay on the radar, man. Like, he's trying his possible
Oh,
best.
well, I'm not supposed to say that.
We blowing up your cover. Sir has is rich.
I don't have
So
a car,
it's
but
rich, man.
I want my first car to be an Audi because an Audi means like, okay, you're on your way to the Benz. You're on your way there, like you have class.
He was actually looking at Benz saying, "I'm just kidding." This man was shopping.
You're on your way to the Benz. The Audi is the beginner sports car. That's the beginner like luxury sports car, and then like he's gonna move up. Watch. When the money gets
definitely.
he'll move up.
When the bags is secured.
But you gotta understand the man is tall, you know what I mean? So I don't see another car he would get.
Yeah.
'Cause
That's a ladies' magnet.
In my car, he's just cranking right there. He's just like, son, how do you drive this thing, man?
He don't even let
I'm
me
like,
give
"Sir,
you. He
leave
don't
me
even
alone,
let me
man."
give you right.
I'm like,
give
"Leave
me
me
rides in
alone."
my car, which I don't mind.
Yeah, because like see, he's tall, right? So he's
Right.
gotta hold up to like some standards. Like that's a ladies' magnet.
I drive a white people
You
car.
gotta have the
Subaru.
whole package. You can't just be tall and dark and handsome. You gotta be tall, dark, and handsome. You have to have a nice car.
Oh my God, this guy.
All I do is ride in the backseat, man. I just sit in the backseat, man. I'll be like, Sir Has, man, what we going to the end? It's like, nah.
Because you see him right now. A woman sees him in the club and he's like, "Oh my God!" And he goes and drives like a, like my kind of car, like a Honda or something. Like they'll say false
Stop
advertising. That's
it.
what
Stop
it.
it. Anyways, man, tell the people what the future holds, man. What are you planning for?
I'm just still trying to network, follow wherever my passions take me. I'm really big on that. Just staying passionate about what it is that I do and making sure that I can build off of that. And I'm doing everything at like the best level that I think I can, that I know I can. And, from there, that always leads me to the next thing. So, sometimes in life, I always look at it like, you get into trouble like I did when I was abroad. And, there's things that God's trying to get you to do to wheel back. Because I bet you if I never got in trouble abroad, whatever thing I
you
did,
probably never discovered
I would have
WizKid.
never discovered the WizKid News fan page. So it's just like I always believe that, just follow your passions, keep doing what you're doing with good intentions, and then everything will sort itself out. You got to pray.
Yeah. What time do you wake up in the morning, by the way?
I try to wake up like 6, 7, no later than that.
No later than that.
Yeah.
My
But
man.
I go to, like, on the weekends, I like to party. So, like, when I party, we stay out till late, like 3, 4, 4, 5. So then you have an excuse to wake up.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's a weekend anyway, so yeah, you definitely gotta. Yeah.
Yep.
So, what advice do you have for people, for the young generation that's trying to make it out here? You know what I mean? Like, please talk to them, man. Tell them your secret.
I don't have any secret. I just told you. Do what you're passionate about. And don't ever think that it's silly, or don't ever think that it's stupid or it's not real. Like, do what you're passionate about, like, and stick to it. And just stick to it and be doing it. Like, be innovative about how you're doing it. Think like, okay, how can I be, whether you want to be the best at it, whether you just want to be different at it, whether you just want, like, to sit and just create like some little projects. Always create little projects for yourself, self-growth, So always just be looking at what it is that you want to do and do it, and just make sure you're doing it at a really high level.
Yep.
Man.
Hold up. I had something. Okay. I know you want to cut the part short, man. I know you want to cut it right now, but this conversation is so good.
Oh, it's dope.
You know what I mean?
It's dope.
This conversation is so good.
You're cutting it off?
No.
Go ahead,
I
go
have to give
ahead.
a shout out real quick. I have to give a shout out to my girl,
Go ahead.
to my home.
Yo, this man loves his girlfriend. I was on his Instagram page.
No.
Oh, you mean my girl? Oh,
Yeah.
I thought you were going to convince. I thought you were going to sorry.
I like that's dope, by the way. How much love you got for your girl? 'Cause I thought that's what you wanted to shout
I have
out.
a girlfriend. No, okay. Well, shout out my beautiful girlfriend Faison. Hopefully she listens to this. She thinks I'm like boring and like weird and
Oh yeah.
yeah, but
Nothing wrong with that, man.
Nothing wrong with that.
She don't think that, bro. She won't be with you.
Like you because of that. You feel me? Like
She
that's
was
what
with you,
captivated.
Tuesday.
Why are you like this, man? Like, why are you like this?
Is she Bali?
Promise you switch up.
But
She's gonna be
she
like, no, go back. Go back.
But if it really gets to that point, where I decide that, hey, this is the woman, obviously she becomes Bali.
Where's she from, by the way? Just
She's from Mancon.
Man con chop. Shout out to you were gonna shout out somebody.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna shout out my home skillet, my homie, Noella. She was the one who linked me up with you guys.
Yeah, shout out to Noella, man.
Yeah, that's the plug. You see, Noella, somebody has to be on this show. She's popping like
Yo,
every time Noella's
Noella,
doing something. She's always
Noella.
doing something. Like, she's never just at home.
Noella, where are you now? Come on, stuck in the middle. Let us discuss.
Noella is a track star out there in Maryland.
Yeah.
man.
University of Maryland?
Yeah.
She's even like
I
a
probably know who
track
that is.
coach now. Like, she's in Oregon or whatever.
And she has a phenomenal story, man. I'm
Like,
telling you.
everything about that girl is lit.
Noella, come on the pot, yo.
so we just hearing about her right now.
That's
How we just
exactly
hearing about her right now?
that's exactly what I was thinking. But anyway, we're gonna agree.
You know what I mean? Yeah, I want to just ask you on the pod because of what you're doing. Like, we see Rihanna,
In
Rihanna.
Malawi.
Yeah, Rihanna in Malawi, and who else? Serena is about to open up a school or something. She's working on a project like that. And they was talking about that on IG. The comments that was underneath it was like, why didn't y'all start here first,
You mean in America?
Yeah. So why is it that when celebrities do, carry out projects like that in third world countries, why do they always get that flag for like, oh, why y'all not starting home first? Like the same thing as Oprah when she opened up a school in South Africa and she was getting flagged like, oh, charity begins at home. Like, why didn't you open a school here? Can you touch on that?
That's a good question. It's a very serious question. If you're helping people, it's okay. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. So why people would be giving them flack for that, I don't think that's cool. It's okay to say that, hey, and then can you also do that here, as opposed to, oh, why are you doing it there? Like, that's unnecessary. So I don't find any fault with, that. And then, like I said, I think it's even good, like, if Rihanna or Serena, if they're traveling the world and they're going to these places, it's not like they're just sitting and thinking that, oh, there's nothing going on besides this hotel room that they put me in or whatever. Right. It's like, this thing's actually happening in the streets. There's things actually happening in this country. And if they come into encounter with those things, like, that's good. And if it so moves them to help, they have the means to do it. They can help. So it's just like, and I don't think these people can't do that and then also do stuff back here. So it's just like, just instead of saying that, hey, why are you doing it over there first? Just be like, can you help us out too?
I mean, to touch a little bit on that, right? I feel like first off, let's look at the list of celebrities in America.
Mm-hmm.
It's long, it's wide. You feel me? In terms of paper length, it's wide.
Mm-hmm.
So if you got people like LeBron, you know, that giving out scholarships out here in the United States, you know, the building schools and all whatnot. You got Rev Ron's brother, what's his name?
Russell.
Yeah. You know, people like that. They're doing stuff here in the States, right? Why can you say, oh man, I applaud LeBron for doing that. I applaud this guy for doing that. You feel me?
Yeah.
You're not showing appreciation
To those
people who are doing it.
Yeah.
But the others who go do it someplace else, you want to flag them for it. You feel me? It don't make no
cool.
sense.
It's not cool.
You feel me? If you want to flag somebody, praise another person. Let's compare two things. Let's compare oranges to oranges. That's just my, that's my take on it.
Yeah, the reason I asked that question because with what you're doing, I'm not in your head, but I feel like you're gonna start a school someday. You know what I mean? You're gonna have
That is my brother's dream for this organization. It's not mine. That's his dream for the organization.
I mean, but you are gonna be a part of it.
Yeah. So if he spearheads it like he always does, I will follow and I will do my best to help him with that. You know?
That'll be dope.
He your older brother or your little brother?
He's older. He's
Okay,
older
cool,
than me.
cool. Yeah.
When you see him, he has like a whole beard and everything. You know.
Yeah.
But he's shorter than me though.
Hopefully we can start a charter school too, man.
Yeah,
That'd be dope.
Yeah.
You could be crazy. Like if you think you guys were in school back home,
Yeah.
it's amazing. Like you go tell people where your tuition is back home compared to here, you'll be surprised. You guys even here can sit and sponsor some students just on yourself.
Definitely. That's
Yeah.
very
23
true.
of you,
Yeah.
So it's just like it's very easy. It's not something that you should get scared of and be like, oh, how am I even going to start? Like it's really easy. Like when we first started, it was like we're advertising. Yo, one of these kids' tuition is $75. Can you just pay
Whole year.
$75? You know.
Whole year.
Yeah, it's not
People will
that.
be like, oh my God, let me. Can I do 3? Can I do?
OneRockFoundation.com.
Yeah.
OneRockFoundation.com. People go check it out.
They're on YouTube too, man. I'm just
Yeah.
looking at it right now. And it's like they got videos. I mean, if you think everything he's saying is just full of shit,
Check the YouTube.
check
out.
the YouTube page, man. It's
Yeah.
right here. You know, I'm looking at it. He's giving.
Facts.
Yeah. So yeah.
Hey, we greatly appreciate you coming by, man.
How
Thank you
can
guys
people
so
reach you?
much. You guys want me to give him my phone number?
I mean, you could.
I don't think your girlfriend will appreciate that one.
You can. I guess. I'm not a celebrity.
Instagram.
Okay, yeah, I'm
Facebook.
on Instagram at Langmia, Langmia, and I'm also on Facebook, Langmia Fonjoe, same spelling, Langmia, last name Fonjoe. Well, I'm probably like one of the few Langmias there, so you'll be able to spot me out. It's the black face. So
spell the Langmia for
Langmia, Langmia, last name is Fonjoe, Fonjoe. And yeah, so you can find me, and I like to talk to people. So if you message me, I will respond. I'm not a celebrity, so I don't have any excuse not to.
You don't have to be a celebrity to respond to people, man.
Yeah, but shout out to you guys. Like I admire this podcast so much. Like I just found out about it yesterday or the day before, and I was already, because I listened to podcasts, but like Nigerian ones, though, unfortunately, just so I can hear what we're saying about WizKid.
Yeah.
But when I'm actually going to be like listening to you guys actively, and I kid you not,
Subscribe.
I'm going to subscribe, and I'm going to listen to the ones that I've missed, and then from now on I'll be listening to the new ones as well, because it's just like I admire anything that Cameroonians are doing to blow up, because there's so many Cameroonians on the low who are doing things, and then they're not getting recognition for it.
that's why we started.
And I
this.
really appreciate you guys doing this, and I hope that you guys will blow up too. You guys will get some really good ads. Agencies coming in here saying that, hey,
man.
come and put some money into this.
Ferrari, where are you?
Yeah. So it's just like you guys keep doing what you're doing, man. Like it's gonna
Whatever.
And like you guys think like this is not like we're sitting in someone's bedroom. Like this is a legit studio, man. Like I came in here and I was thinking that we're going to be in someone's bedroom. I was going to be this way, but like we're here. Like this is a legit studio. Like there's speakers. This is the MacBook. This is the tripod holder thing. Something I don't know. Like this piano, keyboard, everything. Like this is legit studio. So make sure you guys come through, listen to this space, watch this space. There's great things happening here.
Yes, sir.
Man, I got to give a round of applause for that, man. I mean, like, yo, you know, real recognize real, man.
Yes,
you
sir.
Know, yeah.
I got 2 stories, man. One, Donald Payne, that's a congressman from New Jersey. He wrote a letter to Secretary of State demanding that the military of Cameroon, BIR, Bureau Investigation Rapide, be investigated for several counts of violence and human rights violation. You can see that whole letter that he wrote to the Secretary of State online on betatins.com. And hopefully that will, you know, take foot and, you know, the BIR actually be investigated. And shout out to Breezyville. Most of y'all might know him. He's a Cameroon artist. He recently had a song with Mr. Leo. Just graduated, man, with honors from the United States Marines.
Oh wow.
Cameroon artist, yeah.
Oh, wow.
You know, he graduated with 97.24% over out of 100. So yeah, I actually was in the studio with him a couple weeks ago. He just came back from camp and all that stuff, and like, so it's dope. If you see Breezyville, or you know, if you're a fan of Breezyville, shout him out. I mean, I guess his fans already know all that, but yeah, we just want to recognize that and shout out to Breezyville, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, definitely.
Hey, can let them know how they can reach us.
Oh, man, before that.
Hold on. I want to say something, you know, because it was pretty funny. Like, in Mozambique, right? They say if you're bald-head, you got to be careful.
Oh, yeah, I saw that too.
Because they using bald-head people for rituals.
For rituals now,
because
yeah.
they feel like...
They have gold.
Yes.
Nah, it's funny, but it's wild because like 7 people have been killed already.
That's the dumbest thing I ever heard in my life.
7 people.
Bald head. Week.
Yes. So like this baldhead men are not going to work now. They're ducking for their lives. Yeah. So
Son,
If
you
you
see
bald
me?
head, get a toupee, please.
Son, it's like, man, anyways, we're gonna get into this stuff in some of the
Yeah, that's why we need to send more
me?
kids to school, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sponsor
Exactly.
them to get that education
my
so
God.
we don't have
Yeah,
people
yeah.
thinking like
That's
like that.
crazy, yo. Shout out to you for bringing that up, man.
Yeah.
Because, anyways,
OneRockFoundation.com.
yeah, OneRockFoundation.com. Please go,
Langmia.
you know, give a donation. You can
yes.
volunteer. You could, you know, cooperate, support. Man, everything is on there on the
You
on the
can
website.
retweet.
You feel me? Yeah, definitely, man. Like
Get the word out.
we all about progress out here. We all about, you know,
Get the
going
word
from
out.
point A to point B and and all the way to Z, you know what I mean? Just keep going higher and higher and higher. So when you see a young, you know, brother, you know, like this Trybe, you know, let's show him some support, you know, let's help him out, you know, in his endeavors. Cause
And shout out to your brother too, man.
Yeah,
definitely. Shout out to your brother.
What's your
man,
brother's
you know
name?
what I mean?
Babila.
Babila. Shout out. Typical
Shout out to
Babila.
Babila. Shout out to Babila.
Man, I remember in school, man, we had that one teacher like, Babala! What are you talking? What are you doing? Stop talking. This is an exam. Hey, you're talking. It's like that. Yo, man, shout out to Babylon. Man.
Shout out to all the Bali people out there.
Yes,
man.
shout out to all the Bali people worldwide, man. We're everywhere. Keep being so proud of yourselves. We're gonna do bigger and better.
Bali
things.
1 chances.
2 chances. No, that's
Yes,
Batimo. That's Batimo. That's Batimo. That's Batimo, man. That's Batimo.
SITM, the SITM podcast on Instagram.
Every platform.
Every platform. Send us an email at stuckintthemiddle237@gmail.com. And please,
Reply emails, man.
reply our emails if we hit you up. And also follow this man over here dying. On YouTube, we are on YouTube as well. The episodes get edited and recorded and put on YouTube if you like the visuals. And of course, follow us on Facebook and watch them live.
Go watch it.
Yes, sir. Stuck in the Middle podcast.
We out.